Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about some more Sex in the City. That's right, those ladies, those virtuous women from the late 90s, early 2000s, back when they were all sitting around, waiting for guys to knock on their door and ask them out to dinner, and maybe at the end of the day, let them like kiss their hand, that kind of bullshit. No, they were fucking everybody, all right? Well, most of the time they were. All right. So anyway, I am Diego. I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City. Okay, I watched both movies and I watched that piece of shit show. And just like crap, don't watch it. It's a piece of fucking shit. I already reviewed it though. The video's already on here. If you want to watch it, we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the good show, Sex and the City, the good show from the late '90s, early 2000s. Now, yes, I'm a straight guy. That's what I do here. Okay, I give you a straight man's point of view. I'm a straight guy, and I watched every episode of Sex and the City. Why did I do that? Because I was trying to get laid. What else? Okay, why else would I watch it? All right, I was trying to get laid. Okay, I was a young man when these episodes first came out. I was just out of the Marines. I was living in a big city. I had lots of friends, I worked with a lot of actors, models, musicians, stand-up comedians. We did Broadway shows. We did theater. We did all sorts of shit. We did stand-up comedy. We did all sorts of shit, right? So I was around a lot of people that were in that industry. Okay, so a lot of us were young and good-looking and stuff, and we liked to party. When we weren't at work, we liked to go out and hang out with our friends. We went to house parties at someone's apartment. We knew a lot of people in the industry. We knew concierges. We knew managers from nightclubs. We knew bartenders. We knew all these people. Okay, so we would all hang out together and just do things together. Yeah, we did a lot of fucking boning too. We did a lot of that too. Of course we did. We're young. Hey man, you're in your 20s, living in a big city, going to school during the day, and at night I was working, So of course you let off some steam, So yeah, so I knew a lot of beautiful women and stuff. I had a lot of friends, and we drank a lot, okay? And all the girls that I knew, all the hot girls I knew were watching Sex and the City. So I wanted to know what the hell it was all about. I started watching it and I got hooked. I already had HBO because I was watching Sopranos, and then I started watching Sex and the City, and it was good. It was good. The only problem I had is I did not like the way the men were being portrayed on the show. These were not real men, okay? These were cartoon characters. These were ideas of what gay guys and lesbians and pissed off middle-aged women thought that men were. But since none of them had ever really been men or acted like straight guys, they didn't know what the fuck they were writing about. So they just wrote these cartoon characters and expected all you women and gay guys out there to accept them as straight men. No. As a straight man, those were not straight men. I don't know what the fuck those things were that called themselves men, but they were not men. Okay, not really. No, not at all. Okay, so that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you a straight man's point of view. I'm going to tell you, okay, what this show didn't tell you, okay? I'm going to tell you the honest to God fucking truth. A lot of you girls out there watching Sex in the City, and you watched every episode, now you think you got a fucking PhD in sex. No, you don't. You don't know jack shit. You don't know nothing. Sex in the City set off all these freaking horrible examples of what women should be like, I think, in my own opinion. No, I'm not being a chauvinist, okay? But I'm saying a lot of things, like the women on these show, they didn't put relationships first. They didn't put marriage and family first. The women put their friendships first, okay? And then their if not their careers. They put their careers first, then their friendships, and then men and family came after that. Okay, so there was a dichotomy of priorities here that just weren't in the correct order that they should be in, okay? Because when you put yourself and your friends above everyone else, okay, you end up with nobody, okay? That's what these women did. Now, I know a lot of people are very close with their friends. I've got friends that I'm still close with, that I've been close with for a lot of years, for many, many years. But, there's a reason we move away from each other. There's a reason that we do other things. We have to explore life. We have to meet new people. That's what life's all about. In this world of Sex and the City, the women are always together no matter what. No matter whether they get married or have kids, no matter what, they're all still going to live in the same neighborhood. They're also going to have their fucking lunch dates together. They're also going to talk shit about fucking. They're also going to fucking do all that stuff no matter what. Okay? That's just not realistic. Okay? Most of us, we make new friends. We hang out with other people. These women are only loyal to themselves. They're not loyal to anybody else. And it's pretty sad. Okay? They're also a bunch of alcoholics, and they're a bunch of whores, and they're very selfish people. They really are. Okay? And I think the show sends the wrong message, I think. It tells women like, yeah, you can be like them too. Well, the truth is you can't. Most women cannot be like them, okay? This show was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists, okay? They're not going to put reality on this show, okay? They're going to feed you this bullshit, expect you to fucking believe it, and think that's going to happen to you. And a lot of women have figured out, what happens when they live that lifestyle, okay? What are they, divorced? Single moms? I mean, riding the cock carousel well into your 30s and 40s, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, what do I got to show for it? Nothing. Nothing. No real guy wants to be with me. You know, it's true. It's fucking true. Sorry, but that's the truth, okay? Let me tell you something. When this show came out 20-something years ago, it was groundbreaking. Has dating gotten better in that time? Has it? No, it has not. Okay, it's gotten more efficient. It's not gotten better, okay? If anything, more people are divorced now than were back then. More women are single moms now than they were back then, okay? It didn't get better. It did not get better. Anyway, I'm off my pedestal, but that's what I do here. I give you a straight man's point of view. I am not going to censor myself, okay? If you're easily triggered, if you're easily offended, get the fuck out right now. Do not watch this with your boyfriend or your husband, okay? And guys, do not watch this with her, okay? Because she's going to fucking make you pause it, and she's going to say, what the fuck's he talking about? And then you're going to have to come up with some bullshit. I don't want to put you in that spot. Ladies, I'm going to tell you what your fucking husbands didn't tell you, what your boyfriends didn't tell you, okay? And what your gay friends didn't tell you. I'm going to tell you. Okay, that's what I do here. Straight man's point of view. The real question you need to ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you handle it? I don't think you can. I don't. We'll see. Okay, so here we are. We're in season 6, all right? This is episode 13 of season 6. Yes, episode 13 of season 6. Yeah, this is the last season of the show. And then I'm going to do the movies, and then I'm going to go on to your fucking chick flicks, and I'm going to fucking destroy those as well. And I'm going to start with a Notebook and work my way down, all right? Because that's the one y'all put up there, okay? But anyway, we're not there yet, okay? We're still on Sex and the City. So episode 13 is season 6. The name of this episode is called Let There Be Light. Let There Be Light. This is part 1 of my review, and then part 2 will come right after this, all right? So it starts out with Alexander Tchaikovsky, or whatever the fuck is his name, Trotsky? Well, I don't give a fuck. It's a Russian name, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Mikhail Baryshnikov, the fucking dancer. You know, the ballet guy, you know. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Okay, the fucking pinko communist bastard. The Russian. The mad Russian. Okay, he tried to fuck Carrie last episode, but she shot him down. Well, she hasn't heard from him in 3 weeks. He's been, okay, but she got a letter in the mail. It's actually an invitation, really. It's in a special envelope, and it's a card. It's an invitation to go for a walk. Guys, don't fucking do this shit. This was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists. Guys, if you're watching this and you think this is going to get you laid, it won't. Now, I know some of you were, oh, yes, it will. You got me a lot fucking. You know, I know a lot of you women are doing it right now. No. The reason you'd fuck him is because it's fucking Mikhail Baryshnikov. Okay? It's because fucking Samantha already talked him up to Carrie. All right? The fact that he's actually shorter than she is doesn't even fucking become a consideration or a factor in this episode. All right, because he's a very short guy. When they're standing next to each other, she's taller than him. So I'm pretty sure they're the same height when she takes her heels off. Okay, no. The reason is because he's rich, he's successful, he's a famous artist. He's fucked every model in the 70s at Studio 54. Samantha even wanted to fuck him back in the day. Okay, and she would if Carrie didn't fucking nab him first. So yeah, that's why Carrie is turned on by him. Okay, that's why. It's not because he fucking sent her a goddamn fucking card, an RSVP for to go walk in Central Park. That's fucking stupid and fucking cheesy. All right. You know what? If fucking you or I fucking did that, we would not get fucking laid. But if Brad Pitt did it, yeah, he'd get fucking laid, of course. And it's not because he sent the fucking card. All right. You see my point? All right. So there we go. So she gets this card. She's all, oh, it's romantic, whatever. What the fuck do you know about romance? All right. So they go over there, and she goes on a date with him. They're walking down Central Park, and they're wearing coats. And of course, even though he's Russian, he's dressed like fucking Eurotrash. Okay, he's got the fucking the scarf around. You know, the purple fucking scarf that's not all the way up. It's like loosely holding, which means it's not warming his neck at all. It's just there for fucking show. Okay. God damn, you know, there's a word called, what's it called? Metrosexual? Yeah, metrosexual. Yeah, that's what fucking Igor is, okay? Alexander Petrovsky. Yeah, that's what he is, all right? He's a fucking Igor, communist motherfucker. So they're there, and he tells her that he's been in Denmark, he's been in Holland for the past 3 weeks. She thought she scared him off because she didn't fuck him. He said, no, why you leave me alone like that on the street? She left you alone on the street? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck's wrong with you? Anyway, so she's thinking maybe she turned him off to him, which would have happened in real life. I would not have tried it, not for Carrie. If I was a famous, rich, famous fucking painter who's fucked every supermodel from the 1970s at Studio 54, I would not be sweating Carrie. Okay? If she had turned me down, I wouldn't have done all the shit that he did. Well, maybe I would have done some of it, okay? But I wouldn't have fucking taken her to eat at 1 a.m. None of that bullshit, okay? But I wouldn't have seen her again. I would just ghosted her from then. That would have been it. You had your chance, you know? I would have fucked one of the many other fucking models that I can still pull with my fame, you know? That's what there's a lot of artsy-fartsy bitches that would love to fuck him, okay? So yeah, he would have no problem getting laid. Because the men on this show, the only men on the show that hit on these middle-aged women, alcoholic, slutty women, are men of high value, okay? Professional artists, okay? CEOs of companies, corporate attorneys, you know, Wall Street investors, okay? Movie directors, okay? Published authors, okay? Corporate divorce attorneys. What else? Nightclub owners, okay? Professional musicians, okay? These are the guys that hit on the women on this show, okay? Okay, the guy that works at Starbucks does not hit on the women on this show, okay? The guy that washes their cars at the car wash, he does not hit on the women. They don't date guys like that, okay? They only date fucking the 0.00001% of the straight male population, okay? Yes, that's what this show is all about, okay? We're just supposed to go with it. Because guys like that, we all know that what really turns them on is middle-aged, fat-ass, single mom, alcoholic fucking sluts. Okay, that's what really turns them on more than any other women in the world, right? Right? Okay, just go with it, right? Okay, see what I'm talking about? Okay, exactly. All right. Now, let's move along. Okay, so that's going on. He brought her some chocolate from fucking Holland. Okay, he's got light chocolate and dark chocolate. He's got the dark chocolate in his pocket. He asked her to reach in there and grab it. She's like, you don't have a mousetrap in there, do you? I do not know what these people, why would they have a mousetrap in my... Oh, you know, you ever seen those cartoons where you stick your hand in something in the mousetrap? Never mind, it's just a joke. I'm an American. You know. Anyway, he's got chocolate. He gets to get the chocolate in his pocket for her. And they start eating the chocolate and they start making out. Okay. And then, of course, she brags about it to her girlfriends. The girlfriends, they all go to some perfume store to smell perfume. I guess that's the fucking thing that women do. They go into a perfume store where they sell perfume. They just spray the perfume, smell it, and see if they like it or not. And then they put it down. They grab another perfume, smell it. And then they put it down, and they grab another perfume, smell it. Yeah, and they spend fucking hours doing that, okay? Of course, the perfume costs fucking $1,500 a bottle, okay? So that's what they're doing, okay? The women are all doing that, spraying each other with fucking perfumes, calling it out loud, and then deciding whether or not they want to buy it or not, and then they keep talking about their fucking gossip, all right? I guess that's something women do, okay? Women like to say that men are wasting their lives, right? Right? Okay. Anyway, yeah. So that's going on here. And Carrie tells the girls, I'm taking a lover. She says lover, just like that with an H at the end. I'm taking a lover. And for some reason, she starts creaming every time she says that. I'm taking a lover. You know, it's like they watched that SNL skit. You know, the one with, what's his name? You know, the real funny guy. Anyway, why can't I think of his name right now? You know what I'm talking about. They did that lover skit where lovers, you know. So anyway, Ron Burgundy, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, so she's talking about it that way. Okay, I'm taking a lover. He's like, my lover's not old. He's worldly and very sexy. You know, and Charlotte is like, yes, he is sexy. Well, how the fuck would you know, Miranda? Have you seen your husband? Okay, have you seen your husband, Harry? Okay, that's what you married. That's what you want to have the kids with. All right, nothing against that. Okay. But I don't think Charlotte would put a value on sexy. Okay, is Harry really sexy? Is he, ladies? You know, maybe if you got to know him or something. But he doesn't. You know, he's not impressive. Is what I'm trying to say. He's not impressive. Okay. So if you know what sexy is, what did you marry? You know, it's like, why did you marry a sexy man? Oh well. Yeah. Oh, I know why. Because yeah, money. That's why. Okay, because the older you get, the less likely you are to get a good-looking guy, a rich guy. So you got to settle for what you can get at your age, all right? Hey, straight man's point of view. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. All right, so that's going on. Yeah, so with him, park bench, Will Ferrell. So that's what I was thinking about, Will Ferrell. Yeah, the lava thing going on there on the SNL sketch they did. Him and some ugly girl they were lavas. They said it just like that. Okay. So yeah, so she says he's very sexy, and she also tells the girls, I almost did it with him right there on the park bench. You know, in front of children. And Samantha is like, well, what stopped you? Common decency? And I'm not lava ready yet. I still need a bikini wax down there. Okay, well, though, that's thinking ahead, right, Carrie? All right. Samantha says, like, Carrie, don't play hard to get with a man who's hard to get. And that's some true advice right there. That's some good for you, Samantha. That's actually some really good advice, okay? Don't play hard to get with a man who is hard to get, okay? That's where you separate the high-value men from the low-value men. Ladies, if you play hard to get with a guy, that means you're really not interested in him, okay? Guys, pay attention to what I'm saying. If a woman's playing hard to get with you, that means she's not really interested in you. Doesn't mean you don't have a shot at her. It just means you have to work a lot fucking harder. Because I guarantee you, if it was Harry Styles standing right there in your spot, okay, she would not be hard to get. Okay, she would not be hard to get. You see what I'm saying? She would not be hard to get. So guys, ladies, no, they're smart enough to know you don't play hard to get with a guy who is hard to get. If this guy has a lot of women that want him, the women are not going to fuck around. They're not going to play games. They're going to try to nab him first. Okay? So guys, if you want to be successful with women, you have to be the guy that women want to be with. Okay? It gets you to the front of the line. Okay? Doesn't mean you can't have an attractive, high-value woman yourself, but you got to wait in line like everybody else. You see what I'm saying? Okay? You got to put up with the bullshit. Yes. Because let's face it, ladies, the ladies are not going to fucking pay attention. You got to do something to make yourself stand out. You got to do something to make them notice you. Otherwise, they're all going to thirst after the same fucking guy. 50 women would rather all hit on one guy, okay, than fucking hit on the other 49 guys that are standing right behind them that have nobody in front of them. It's true. It's true. Sorry, but it's fucking true. All right. So she says some really good things there. Miranda says, what do you mean old, okay? I saw his photo, Carrie. He's like 50, hello? And she's like, and Carrie says like, he's like, she says he's 50. He's like, okay, he's not old. My lover is perfect in his early 50s. And Samantha says like, hey, he's been around the block. And he knows how to use the cock. Yeah, a lover and a poet, right? Yeah. Oh, Samantha says that. Carrie's like, he's not my boyfriend. He's my lover. Are you uncomfortable with me saying lover? He might end up more than a lover. No, the only place we're going to go is Loverville. Half the time, I can't understand him. We have nothing in common. And he keeps going in and out to Europe. So Charlotte says, that could be a good thing. You know, pss, pss, pss. They keep spraying the bullshit in the air. And Samantha's like, you're not listening, Charlotte. She only wants him in and out of her. Okay, and they keep spraying the fucking stupid-ass fruit fucking perfumes. I'm sure they all fucking smell like a smorgasbord by now. I mean, yeah, but it's something that chicks do. Fucking go fucking smell perfume and just talk to each other. Okay, whatever. Okay, Miranda says like, well, I'm trying to find out what Steve might like. Yeah, well, then don't go to a fucking perfume store. Okay, if you're trying to find out what Steve... And Samantha says like, get him some Old Spice and call it a day. And Miranda says, like, Steve does not wear Old Spice. He doesn't wear anything. And I still love it. Yeah, for now you do. Okay, let me tell you something, all right? Men, we don't spend too much time thinking about what we smell like. We fall in love with the smell, and we put it on, and that's it. There's no going to the store. with our guy friends and smelling each other and smelling the fuck. No, we fall in love with the scent that we like. And that's it. Okay, it's not very difficult. All right. Yeah. Okay. And the Old Spice is not really the number one thing that guys use. All right. Okay. Meanwhile, Steve and Miranda, they get in their elevator in their building because Steve's moving in. He moved in. He hasn't moved all the stuff in yet, but he's moving into Miranda's place. And so they get in the elevator together. Okay, and he says, and they're happy. They're like, oh, he's like, hey, how lucky are we? She's like, we're very lucky. And they kiss each other. And then the elevator door opens, and it's Robert. Yes, Robert. That is now Miranda's ex-boyfriend. That's the black guy, Blair Underwood, the sports medicine doctor for the New York Knicks. I love this guy. He's like the younger Idris Elba. You know, Mr. Suave, Mr. Smooth Operator, you know? And he walks in there, and then he sees them. He's like, oh, shit, I'm already inside the elevator. So he decided, rather than say anything, he just decides to turn around and put his faces back to them. So Steve's back there, and Miranda's back there, and all three of them are embarrassed, and all three of them don't want to say anything, you know? So we never saw Miranda break up with him, but obviously it wasn't very good. Okay, we knew he was in love with her. Why? Because the episode was written by a gay guy. That's why. Because in real life, that never would have happened. But apparently, just go with it. Okay, we're in Lollipop Land right now. I was watching this episode on the Sci-Fi Channel, and yeah, he gave her a cookie that said "I love you" on it, and she ate the whole fucking thing in one sitting or one standing because she couldn't even wait to sit down. She just started fucking stuffing her fat ass with that big fucking chocolate chip cookie cake. All right, so yes, there's some hard feelings here, you can tell, and all three of them are embarrassed to be there, so they're all just standing there in the elevator not saying anything, okay? And so Robert he breaks the ice. He says, well, if it isn't the happy couple. He doesn't turn around, he just says, well, if it isn't the happy couple, you know? And Miranda's like, hi. Steve is like, Steve looks at Miranda looks at Steve like, he's like, oh, how are you today? And then the elevator door opens, and he's like, y'all have a nice day. And then he walks away, right? So he doesn't really, like, converse with them. Okay, he walks away. Okay, meanwhile, Charlotte and her gay friend Anthony are walking down this. They're walking to Central Park. Okay, so they're walking down the sidewalk together. And, of course, Charlotte's talking about herself completely. She's boring the fuck out of Anthony. I love Anthony, the little guy. He's hilarious. He's like me, but he's gay, all right? He has no fucking filter. He says whatever the fuck he's thinking out loud, no matter who he offends. And like me, okay? And so Charlotte's there. She's talking about how she's talked to the doctor, and the doctor says she's got to wait 2 months before she tries to get pregnant again, but she wants to go back to work, you know? So she doesn't know if it'd be fair to go back to work if she's trying to get pregnant again. First of all, I'm thinking like, why the fuck would you want to go back to work and try to have a baby at the same fucking time? It's not going to fucking work, all right? It's stupid. It's one or the other. You either try to have a baby or you go back to work, okay? You cannot do both, all right? Nobody's going to hire you if they know they're going to have to let you go in a couple of months anyway, okay? So what the fuck? And she don't need to work. She hasn't worked in a couple of years. Honestly, she hasn't worked since her last husband. I don't know, what the fuck does she do all day? Nothing. She doesn't do anything. She watches fucking documentaries on Liz Taylor. She was supposed to cure cancer, and she hasn't fucking worked on that. She forgot about that. Like, she has nothing to fucking do. Okay? Her husband pays all the bills. Harry, he's a divorce attorney for rich people, for millionaires. You know? So he lives with her at her place that she inherited from her last marriage. Her millionaire ex-husband just gave it to her. So what does she have to do? Her bills are all paid. She got nothing to fucking do. Must be nice, huh, Charlotte? You know, just sitting around in your ass and not having to do anything. But anyway, she was trying to get pregnant, but she lost the baby, which I feel bad. She lost the baby. And during this time, she did get married and all that kind of stuff. She got divorced, and she got married right away to her divorce attorney. Okay, but she has nothing to fucking do. She has no job. Okay? So anyway, so she's trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life. Okay, and Anthony's like, I'm sleeping, I'm walking, look at me, I'm sleeping and I'm walking. How am I doing that, Charlotte? And she's like, will you stop? This is important to me. And he's like, I know it's important to you, Charlotte. It's important to me. It's important to you. It's important to all those homeless people we just walked by. Okay, it's important to everybody. Can we please talk about something other than you? She's like, I will give you $100 if you talk bitchy about someone that we both know. And Charlotte's like, no, I'm trying to find my next direction in my life. I need someone to talk about. Well, you know, the writers of the show are supposed to do that, okay? Because they've pretty much written her into a corner. They got nothing for Charlotte to do. They got to figure out some sort of drama to give her for this season. Because really, she met Harry. She got married. That's already done. She's trying to have a kid. She lost it. What are we going to do with her? We don't know what to do with her, all right? And it's like, okay, fine. Talk to my ears bleed. But do yourself a favor, okay? First, stop for a minute and look at the light. And she's like, oh, you mean that no matter what happens with a baby, that Harry and I will always have each other? He's like, no, I'm talking about the friggin' light over there, you know, in the park. And she looks over the park. It's autumn. The leaves are falling. Everything's brownish orange, you know, like it's autumn. You know, the leaves are falling. You know, she's like, and it's sunny outside. She's like, when did it become fall? And he's like, somewhere between your ovaries and my boredom. Okay. And then they notice a blind man walking down the street. And she says, imagine being blind, Anthony, and not being able to see what a beautiful day it is. You know? Is there anything worse? And Anthony says, yes, acid wash jeans with a matching jacket. Well, obviously, he didn't like 1989. Okay. Yeah, so that's going on here. She's like, you know what? Maybe I should stop thinking so much about myself and I should volunteer for the blind. And Anthony's like, that would be a nice thing for you to do, Charlotte. Very Jackie-O. Okay, well, okay, you know, hey. And I will say this, okay, finally, someone on this show is thinking about somebody else. Someone on this show is actually wanting to help people that have less than they do, okay? Charlotte's not a bad person, okay? But she doesn't do anything with her free time. She could be helping other people that have it a lot worse than she does, and she doesn't. She doesn't, okay? So now she's starting to think that way, okay? Which, you know, if you remember the way the Kennedys are and all, that's what they did, okay? They created the Special Olympics, okay? They raised a lot of money for charities. The Kennedys were all about that. Okay, they're the fucking American royalty, liberal American royalty, or were the Kennedys, all right? And they still are today, okay? And they were always doing things for underprivileged people, okay? Charlotte, none of these bitches on the show have done anything for anybody else except for themselves. That's it. So Charlotte's finally starting to think, maybe I can do something for someone who doesn't have it as nice as I do, okay? Maybe there's actually other people out there, you know, that can't see, that can't hear, you know, that are poor. They don't get to live in a fucking multi-million-dollar apartment that was left to me by my fucking multi-million-dollar ex-husband. So much money that I don't have to work anymore. Okay, I'm set for the rest of my fucking life. Okay? You know, not everybody's got that, Charlotte. So it's good that you start thinking about other people and start contributing to other people, okay? Not only does it make you feel better, it does better for other people as well, you know? That's one of the biggest problems I've had with the show is none of these women would ever pick up anything to help out somebody else. Unless it's their circle of friends, they would never do it, okay? The show doesn't go there, and I think the show doesn't go there because the writers of the show are like that as well, okay? But you need someone out there to say, hey, you know, why the fuck is everything always about you, Carrie? You know, because for all these women, they are the most important people in their own lives. Not their husbands, not their boyfriends, not their kids, okay? They are the most important people in their own lives, okay? They hang out with each other to support each other, okay? But they don't have anybody else, okay? They don't have anybody that they will struggle for, okay? They only struggle for each other when the time needs it, when the circumstances call for it, okay? So that's going on here. Meanwhile, Carrie goes to her bikini wax. It's a Russian woman who's doing it. It's funny. We just see her there. She sticks her fucking leg up in the air. Okay, and the Russian lady starts just going to town. And she tells her it's going to hurt. You know, ouch, ouch, ouch. I've never had a fucking bikini wax, so I don't fucking know how painful that is. Okay, but whatever. All right, I don't need to see it either, but apparently we're going to see it. All right, so yeah, so she's there getting her fucking Brazilian. Okay, and the Russian lady's there, you know. And Carrie asks her, how do you say hello in Russian? And she says, Dratsvutsiye, I think is what it was, okay? And she says, well, how do you say thank you? And she says, Spiciba. Spiciba. Okay, whatever. Okay, and then she starts pulling the fucking pussy hairs off. All right. Meanwhile, Miranda is coming down the stairs. She's not taking the elevator anymore because she doesn't want to run into Robert anymore. So she's coming down the stairs from now on. Well, guess what? Robert doesn't want to run into her anymore in the elevator. So he's coming up the stairs at the same time. Okay, and here's the best scene in the episode, all right? So he's coming up the stairs. She's coming down the stairs. They bump into each other. At first, they say nothing. He just continues to walk up the stairs, and she starts to walk down the stairs. And then she turns around. She says, hi, you know, and he doesn't say nothing. He keeps going. And then Miranda says, like, I guess I deserve that. Robert, wait. She's like, listen, I'm sorry, okay, Robert? I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you, okay? Steve and I, we just fell back in love, okay? And Robert's like, oh, so what was I? Huh? Your halftime special? Your halftime show? Miranda's like, no, not at all. I never thought Steve and I would get back together. Or I never would have started up with you. I hope you can understand that. He's like, yeah, I'll try. And I hope you can understand when you get my bill. She's like, what bill? She's like, for services rendered. My stud fee. my stud fee. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pay up, Buttercup. All right. Miranda's like, oh, Robert, come on. He's like, no, it's cool. I get your scene. You're a busy working mom. Okay? You're too tired to go out. You know? You're too tired to go out to eat. You call Hunting Kitchen. Too tired to go out and fuck? You call Robert. Miranda's like, that's not true. Oh, sure it is. Sure it is. Fast food? Fast fuck. You were not a fast fuck. Oh, you're right. I wasn't. I was nice and slow. Just the way you like it. And I swear, he's doing exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm not making this up. He's like, just the way you like it. Nice and slow. Oh, Robert. Oh, Robert, yes. Oh, Robert, Robert, oh, God. Oh, God, you're so deep. Oh, Robert, no man's ever gone this deep in me before. And she's like, okay, that was a great scene, okay? Blair Underwood did a great job with that scene. That was a really good scene. Unfortunately, this would never happen in real life, okay? Guys do not do this. We don't do this. When we see an ex-girlfriend or something, one that fucked us over or something, we don't do this, okay? Unless we're like super drunk, which in case they're not like that. They're not like that right now. No, this is something that we think about in our minds, but we don't actually say it out loud. Okay, we don't really act that way. That's something like a fucking like a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old would act that way. Okay, not a fucking 38-year-old fucking a sports medicine doctor. Okay, it's funny. I gotta give him credit. It's funny. Okay, but no guy would ever do that. Okay, that's just bullshit. That's just fucking bullshit. Okay. And also on that note, no woman would ever do that either. No woman would ever fucking go up to a guy that she fucked over and stop him and try to explain herself and apologize. Women don't do that either. You know, they expect you to fucking figure it out on your own. That's also true, okay? The fact that Miranda did that was a bullshit flag. And then the way that he acted was a bullshit flag too, okay? He might say something mean to her, you know, like that, you know, but he wouldn't fucking, that whole fucking performance he did, my stud fee, you know? You know, that wouldn't have happened in real life. But it was funny, I'll give him that. It was funny. All right, but two bullshit flags right there. Okay, so Miranda gets back to her apartment. She's all upset. Steve's there, and she's like, you know, I gave Robert custody of the elevator. And she's like, but I'm moving my stuff in next week. She's like, you're lucky I didn't give him our baby. Look, I bumped into him on the stairs, okay? Oh, well, how bad was it? She's like, hug me. Oh, that bad, huh? He hugs her, right? He's like, oh, so we can never use the elevator. She's like, we can't use the elevator between 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. He's like, but we have a baby in a stroller. And Miranda's like, I know. Oh, why do you have to shit where I eat? I don't know, Miranda. Why do you have to shit where you eat? Okay, because this ain't the first time and this ain't the last time you're going to shit where you eat. Why? I don't fucking know either, okay? And we'll never know, okay? And Steve says, oh, don't worry, it'll blow over. He's just upset right now. She's like, no, I don't think so, Steve. This man is like crazy in love with me. And now he's acting out. And he's talking about how I said no man's ever been that deep inside of me before. He's like, what? Yeah. Oh, nothing. I'm fine. And she's like, and she gives him a hug again. Because she doesn't realize just how bad that hurt his feelings, okay? Hey, you know what? We have to deal with that shit all the time, okay? We all know that every woman we've been with has been with somebody else before us, and they're probably going to be with someone else after us, okay? And the same goes for us too, okay, ladies? Same goes for us, okay? I know you like to think that you're the best thing we ever had, okay? But most of the time you're not, all right? You're not, okay? You know, yeah, of course, you know, this is my own experience has been, okay, listen, okay? There's always going to be people in your life that are better at sex, okay, than the person you're with, okay? That's just the way it is, okay? But I personally think relationships should be based on more than just sex. I think that's an important, okay? And if you're not getting any, it's a fucking deal breaker, okay? But I also think there's other things that are important as well as sex, okay? So I tend to think that your partners that you decide to be with for the rest of your life, they have to have the sex there too, and it's got to be good, but, you know, they've got to have other qualities as well, okay? If someone's really good at fucking you, but they're really bad at something else that's important, like, say, paying their bills or something, then, yeah, you don't need to be with that person, you know? If someone's really good, you know, at sex and all that, but you have no feelings for them, then you don't need to be with that person. If you're with somebody who you have complete feelings for, but they suck in bed, you don't need to be with that person either. You know, it's always like, you know, you got to find a balance, okay? It's a combination, all right? No one's going to be everything for you. No one will ever be everything for you, okay? So there's a lot of give and take there, all right? But anyway, that's what I think. All right, so that's the end of part 1 of this review for this episode. I will be back very shortly with part 2. Thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.